Hi, I'm Pat from Archery, and today we're going to be talking about arm guards. And I have a few of them here for us to look at, but first let's talk about why you need an arm guard. So when you're shooting archery, whether it's traditional or with a compound, either one, when you release the string, it's traveling at a very high rate of speed, and as it moves forward, the potential for it to strike your arm is pretty high, at least until you get better at it and your form improves, and then that risk of it slapping your arm will go lower. But to start out with, or if you happen to have a concentration slip, you want some protection against that string hitting your arm, all right? And that's the purpose of an arm guard, all right? So the arm guard goes against your arm, all right, to protect you from that string slap. Right? So we have 9 different arm guards right here to talk about, but before we do that, I want to get a point of reference. Okay, so since we're measuring this against my arm, I'm going to measure my arm. Okay, from the bend of my wrist to the bend of my elbow is 9.5 inches. And then at the medius part of my forearm, it is 11.25 inches. And that way you have a reference point to say, well, if it fits him, it'll fit me, or if it fits him, I could use one a little bigger or a little smaller. All right, so this is Legend brand arm guard. This one is 9.5 inches. It also comes in an 8-inch version and a 6-inch version. The 9.5 inches has 4 straps, 8-inch has 3, 6-inch has 2 straps. It's made with EVA foam, plus it's lined with kind of a nylon material. It's kind of flexible. This one is a little bit, I don't know if you can see that. It actually has some play to it. It's a little bit pliable and vented. Right? And to put that on, you would just take the arm guard and slide your arm through the straps. Kind of straighten your straps out a little bit. Trap it against your body. Pull the straps tight. And you don't want them super tight, but you want them where they'll hold the arm guard in place. Right? And this one being as it's 9.5 inches and my arm is 9.5 inches, you know, joint to joint, that's pretty much full protection for the full length of my arm right there. All right, take it off. We just pull the straps a little bit looser. All right, slide it back off. All right, so this one is also EVA foam. This one is a little less flexible. It's a little bit stronger, a little more rigid, a little stronger. 3 straps. This is SAS brand. There's 3 sizes of this. There's a 5 3/4, which we'll get to next, the 8-inch, and then there's an 11.5 inch. 11.5 inch would be 2 inches longer than the one we just looked at, so that would be for somebody with an extremely long arm. Same thing. You just slide your arm up in it, lock it down, tighten it up, and you're ready to go. All right. But now if you were putting this on and you had a jacket on, let's say, or sleeves, and you couldn't slide it up, well, it has clasps on it that you can undo, and then you would do the same thing. You would place it where you want it, trap it against your body, and then fasten the clasps. Tighten your straps, and you're good to go. All right, so this is the 5 3/4 inch 2-strap version, and this one is probably better suited to a child. Although I think I could get away with wearing it. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of play left in those straps. So somebody with my size arm could wear this fairly well, actually. And then it still offers protection against the bowstring. It actually is right there in the target area, the meat of your arm, down to a little past where the string hits at full rest. That'd be a good choice for like I say, for a child probably 10 and up, to an adult whose arm is not a whole lot bigger around than mine, which we said was 11 1/4 inches. Let's see. Next one up is also an SAS arm guard. This one is 7.5 inches. 3 straps. It's got the same type of clasp as the other one, which I like that. It's a little bigger clasp than was on the Legend and some of the other arm guards up here too. Same thing, pulling in place. That one's a ballistic nylon, and I know from experience ballistic nylon is extremely durable. Holds up very, very well. And these straps, as with all the others, they're all elastic straps. These things do eventually stretch out and give way, but you should get a good service out of them for a couple, 3 years before you have to trade off. This one's very comfortable. Out of the ones I've tried so far, this one seems to be the most comfortable. Now, it isn't vented, so it might be a little hotter than the other two. Kind of flexible on the side, but it's got a stiffener right down the center there to protect, offer extra protection against the string slap. Okay, next up, this one is Allen brand. The model of this is Pulse. There again, 3 straps. This one is 6.5 inches. Again, EVA foam. It's got a little bit of a softer liner on the inside than the other EVA foam models did. This one's camo. Not vented. That was not bad though. The size is pretty good on that one. Offers good protection. You can shape it just like the rest of those EVA foam. You can kind of mold them a little bit to match the curvature of your arm, fit a little better. All right, next one up. This is a youth arm guard, child's arm guard, small one. In the what I have discovered is in the world of imported archery products, you have manufacturers, you have importers, and then you have the people who actually sell them. This one is sold by YLS Archery. They have a line of products. They have this arm guard, which is 5.25 inches. They have another size up that's 6 1/3 inches, and then an 8-inch version. The 8-inch version has 3 straps instead of 2. This one actually is labeled Elong Archery. So Elong is more than likely the manufacturer, and it's being sold by YLS Archery. It's obviously too small for my arm, but for a child's arm, it would probably be a pretty good fit. I mean, since their arms aren't that big, they don't need a giant arm guard for protection. This one's silicone, elastic bands. It doesn't have a clasp, but it has a buckle for adjusting. So you would do it the same way. You'd slide the child's arm in and then tighten it up to where it would be snug. Okay, this one is Bear Archery. This one is, again, like a ballistic nylon. A little softer lining on the back, 2 straps. And it is 7.5 inches. This one's vented. It has stiffeners that run there, there, and there. This one's quite comfortable, actually. I normally like a 3-strap arm guard, but that one pretty comfortable. Seems like it's going to stay in place pretty good. That's not a bad choice there. And it's Bear Archery. That's one of the most recognizable brands in archery right there. All right, and then last but not least, this is also Bear Archery. This is a more traditional version. of an arm guard. This is leather, has a the Bear Archery logo embossed right there. It has a bootlace type of clasp, a hook to hook the shock cord in it. I know it looks like shoestring, but it's actually shock cord elastic. So same thing, strap it against your body, and then just hook the loops on the hooks. And that is, if you can see that, that is extremely tight. It has some small adjustment. There might be another 1/4 inch more we could get there. That was probably adjusted out as far as it'll go. So it's really tight. And my arm is not that big. I mean, we just discussed it being 11 1/4 inches. That's not that big. This is really disappointing because that's quality. Everything about it is really good quality. And if it had 6 inches more shock cord, I would recommend that as a good traditional version of an arm guard. Leather usually holds up a very long time, but this one's really small. I'm not even sure a lady's arm would go in there without it being too tight. And the arm guard itself is probably too large for a child's arm. I don't know. Not real sure about that one. Certainly can't recommend it. It just doesn't serve the purpose the way it's meant to. That's kind of disappointing. Arm guards are one of those things that can be a personal choice. You'll find that there's certain styles you'll like better than others. Like I said, I have a certain length I like. I prefer a 3-strap. You know, I kind of like the Cordura. I kind of like leather sometimes too. It's just one of those things you have to use them to figure out where your sweet spot is on an arm guard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post links for all of these on the website and probably pick my top 5 choices to cover all the bases. And then they'll also be on the website. And then I'll post links for all these also on the down in the comments section of the video.